Altcoin season might be here. We are now officially in December, which traditionally has been an extremely bullish month for crypto whenever November has been bullish. Last video, we talked about altcoin season potentially starting, as it looks like dominance is starting to roll over. So like I've been saying for the last couple of videos, now is absolutely not the time to sit on the sidelines. Also, this will be the last chance to join the VIP at $49, as the prices will increase by the time the next video comes. More about this at the end. Keep in mind that many of the projects on this list have pumped significantly, so don't just ape into these. Look for good entries and DCA levels, and remember, nothing I say is financial advice. We're going to start off with Alien Base. Alien Base is a DEX, and I think a lot of people are underestimating the base narrative and especially the infrastructure plays. And that's what Alien Base is. It's an infrastructure play that will always be relevant, and especially infrastructure play for meme coins. We see this both from Jupiter and Radium on Solana. One of the main reasons why they perform so well is because people trade meme coins on their platforms. Alien Base also has a bunch of utility aspects like standard liquidity provisions, but also other features such as the token generator. One thing to keep in mind about Alien Base is that it still does not have any exchanges. This can be a bad thing, but it could also be a good thing. It could be a bad thing because retail might struggle to find this, and it could also be a good thing because it managed to rally around a 10x in September, proving that there is a real demand for this regardless of accessibility. Either way, as for a low cap utility project on Base, I think this might be the best risk to reward. Next up is Miggles. Now, why am I talking about meme coins? Right now, memes are cooling off and utility plays are trending again. This is why you accumulate both. A solid tip right now, which I made a tweet about, by the way, follow me on X for updates like this, but a solid tip right now is to start looking for meme coins such as Miggles with a strong narrative behind them. Let them dip a little bit and then position yourself in them so that you have a good entry for when they pump again. This is what happened in the aftermath of our March top, where meme coins started to pump a few weeks later. I think something similar will happen eventually. Do not make the mistake of not having positions in these when liquidity suddenly turns to memes again, which it will. I think in terms of finding a low cap good meme coin, Miggles fit a couple of criteria that I have talked about before. Market cap has to be within 10 to 100 million, which it was before it pumped. It has to be at least a couple of months old. Miggles was launched in July. This is so that the holders have been tested and they've flushed out the short-term holders with the long-term holders. And finally, timeless, not relying on a currently trending narrative which will fade. Both the Base ecosystem and the cat narrative will never fade, at least not for this cycle. This cat is also the mascot of the Base ecosystem, as it was portrayed in the official Coinbase video. Miggles, have this on your watch list, please. You will thank me. Next up, we have Sensei. This is a play I've talked about only a few times on my YouTube, but was a microcap play that we have been accumulating in the Discord. So we're up a 7x on this at the time of recording. Congrats to everyone that got in. But it's essentially an AI agent play where you can create digital replicas. One of the use cases for these AI agents is digital immortality. More specifically, to create digital experiences for individuals with dementia and families. You have replications of memories, you can create companions that engage in conversations. This can even be used as support for caregivers, so actual real-life utility. Other than this, the use case for these agents is really broad, not only in healthcare, but in so many other fields as well. So obviously a really solid, versatile project. Team is also doxed and seem very competent. You can check out these AMAs right here. Very good videos where we meet the founder and CEO, Dan Thompson. Dan seems like a guy I would trust with my money. And to have such a good low cap project, doxed, good tokenomics, part of a good narrative, it's a no-brainer. This is also one of the best risk reward plays you could go for. And we're seeing this now, even though I still believe this has significant upside potential, maybe something like a 50x. Make sure to not FOMO into these because it has ran significantly. But Sensei, amazing project. Next up is Kaspa. Kaspa is just one of those projects that we keep on accumulating. Recently has been struggling. Part of it is of course still correlated with what's happening in the Middle East, and more specifically how vocal some of the contributors are regarding the conflict. Hopefully we will have peace. Like I've stated previously, I do think now that DT is elected, we might have a bigger chance to hopefully make this tragedy come to an end. Having said this, one thing that is really important to keep in mind about Kaspa is that Kaspa has performed regardless of what the rest of the market has done for a very long time. Kaspa was almost in a constant uptrend ever since its launch back in 2022. Kaspa also pushed to make a new all-time high back in August, when the rest of the altcoin market struggled heavily. So my thesis is that Kaspa will pump a little bit, but might not be able to follow the rest of the altcoin market in a bull market, but that we might see a slow and steady push that lasts longer, just like we saw from May to August. Keep in mind the holders, and especially the big holders, are still increasing. So don't fade this, even though it's not pumping as much as some of the other layer ones. Next one up is MAD, again a meme coin, but hear me out. I think MAD is a meme coin that is going to follow the footsteps of Ponke. They are both a Solana meme coin that relies on Web2 marketing. And the content these guys produce is extremely high quality, very similar to Ponke in that sense. So of course, it's bound to happen that some of these videos will pop off and go viral. Exactly what happened with Ponke. And please go check out their content. You will quickly understand that these guys have a gigantic team of content creators that are working around the clock. They have a lot of funds. I'm not sponsored by these guys in any way, shape, or form. I just have a very good eye for meme coins that will be worth a lot of money. And we saw this now, the months of content creation paying off together with the app they made. And they were also present at the Token 2049 event, which may have attracted a lot of the Asian markets. I was also tracking the wallet holders for many months. The long-term holders were building up slowly but steadily, while the short-term traders that were gatekeeping different price intervals were falling off. So that's why I had such high conviction in it and why we made a 10x on it in the Discord. But why am I bringing it here? It's because it has been retracing, and I believe we're starting to enter a really good buying opportunity if you missed this one. And if we take a look at Ponke, these intervals of dips all the way up to like 87% is very common for these type of meme coins. That's why I think MAD might be giving you another chance here, and definitely something you might want to look into while meme coins are dipping. Next up is OR. Now, I've been saying that OR is such an undervalued project for months now. Even in my last video back in November when OR was 9 cents, I told people that this is a very justifiable level to buy OR. So hopefully you were able to pick up some. Now, OR is part of the AI deepened storage narrative. These guys probably have some of the best legit partnerships I've ever seen for such a small cap project. And now we're finally seeing everything being appreciated by the markets. They've also kept on developing. The amount of nodes has increased as well. And for comparison, when I covered this back in April, they were at 30,000, and now we're closing in on twice that amount. They keep the social engagement going, making new partnerships, and this is why the VIP has also been accumulating this for months at very low prices, and now we're up like a 3 or 4x. This is a $1 billion project and definitely something you should have in your portfolio. Finally, we have, of course, AI Tech. Now, if you've been following the channel for some time, you know that this is my most talked about altcoin. This is also the altcoin that I get asked about the most regarding if I'm still bullish on AI Tech. And the answer is still absolutely yes, and it will continue to be yes, unless I see something that will ruin the project fundamentally. Price action is not one of those metrics. So my conviction has never been lost for this project. They've proven that they will deliver on their promises. They've had their huge marketing campaign, which I've been talking about for so long now, with regards to displayable ads, partnerships, Twitter engagement, and of course KOLs. They launched the AI marketplace, which a lot of people were spreading FUD about after they delayed it. And they have so many bullish things coming up. For instance, we still have the data center. We will have bridging possibilities, more NVIDIA servers, and of course the tier 1 exchange listing. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, even though I'm pretty sure they have the funds for this, I hope a Binance listing does not happen prematurely. Timing is crucial for this, and I do think AI Tech can ride its fundamentals and pump to at least 300 million in market cap without this listing. Either way, it will pump. And I think this is only the beginning of this project. As we're seeing now, AI is bouncing back, and I still think AI Tech could very well be a multi-billion-dollar project, which also aligns with the team's roadmap. So like I said, this is the last time you see this price. Almost every single one of our VIP picks are pumping right now, and this is only the beginning. No other YouTuber does this, but I like to be fully transparent and show every single one of my meme coin trades because I believe you deserve to know. And of course, because my meme coin track record is probably one of the best in the entire space. Following every single one of my trades, even the ones that perform poorly, you will be up many, many X's. Our utility plays are also pumping like crazy right now. So moving forward, I will be looking for the best low cap projects. We also have a technical analysis in the group that makes sure that we get solid entries. I've had way too many people joining over the last week, so this will be the last chance to get in at $49. These are all the benefits you get by joining. No wonder the price has to increase. I hope to see you there. As always, take care and stay safe.